Hey everybody, welcome back to our round 1 coverage of the St. Paddy's Day Meltdown here at Eudora Park in beautiful Fort Collins, Colorado. We're moving on to hole 10 here, which is potentially the most difficult hole on the course, I would say. With the way they've got the double mando there, the way they've got the OB set up there to the left and deep left.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's one of the longer holes in the course. It has that double mando to add difficulty, the tighter fairway. I mean, this really has it all. You know?
I'm excited to see how our featured card handles it. Joe Rovere leading the pack at 5 under par through the first 9 holes. Jerome under par, and Nate and Sully here at even. 2018 stats on this hole. The hole hasn't changed a whole lot since 2018, but the average is a 4.7, so it's averaging almost a whole stroke over par. So
that's really not surprising. This is it's really tough, long hole.
Yeah. The double mando is a little bit rough around the edges too, so if you're not going straight through the middle like that, if you don't do exactly that and just put it straight down the pipe, you're testing branches no matter what. And you definitely don't want to do that in any of these early trees. If you let it go too early or too late, can kick you OB, and going OB before the mando is a really, really bad time. Nate's got it straight down the middle here too, but he turned it over a little too much.
It doesn't say OB.
I don't know.
So I think he kicked all the way back safe.
Yeah, I think it just kind of played the bumpers the whole way down the sidewalk and got lucky at the end there.
Sully also getting through that double mando, but a little behind those trees.
Yeah, I think he might have a better gap than Joe does just because he's a little bit farther left. That's looking fine if it misses that tree that it just hit.
Still looking good though. Wide open shot.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Kind of surprised he's going forehand. I feel like that gap's a little tougher to hit. Yeah, I kind of let it go a little late into that tree. But he's definitely got a gap, Sully does, through that tree, and that looks like a fine shot. Maybe turned it over a little too much, but...
Came all the way around into the basket. Parked it.
That's almost OB.
I don't think I've ever seen that line.
He almost skipped it out of bounds. That was a crush for an upshot. Looks like Joe's trying to go for the more conventional route up the right side. That might have been a rock. I think it was.
And that's a good shot.
Yeah, he's still got maybe 40 feet or so left, but he's got to look and...
For a birdie.
I don't know. I guess he was in bounds. We'll see when the score comes up at the end of the hole. Going for the big hyzer upshot, though. Got to get a bunch on it to get it down there, and... A little shy. He's going to have about the same amount left that Joe does. Good thing Jerome's got really long legs. He's got enough room to, straddle out there, and should leave him an easy enough 4. That is for his birdie, isn't it?
This is
potentially if he's in bounds.
Birdie from out there.
Come on! Oh man,
that was looking good. Must have had a lower ceiling than it seemed because he was on his knee.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely for Joe's birdie, and that's also
a little short.
Yeah. That's not short.
That is a great birdie.
You're picking up strokes on everyone if you birdie this.
Yeah, at least one on basically the entire field. I mean, last year, as you saw, it was almost scoring at a 5.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. You see that pink flag there, deep left. That's OB that they've put in there. So if you skip too far past the basket, if you're outside the circle, deep left, you probably are out of bounds.
Couple of par cleanups.
Well, our card played that hole pretty well. I mean, nobody bogeyed it, so...
And that's like when it's scoring at a 5 and you see everyone walks away and it's scoring at a 3.75. That's decent.
Yeah, that card played it extremely well. It's part of why they're our feature card. Here is potentially the most birdied and most bogeyed hole on the course.
Yes, the drop zone on this really is not that forgiving.
No,
you miss the island on the drive.
Yeah, traditionally the drop zone's been about 35 feet, kind of in the middle of those 2 bulbs of the island. And there you go, parked. For the tournament, they've got it at the short end of the island in line with the basket. So instead of being a 35-footer to save a 3, it's a 60-footer.
We'll see if Joe can hit the island as well.
Sure looks like.
Great, that's 2 down. Let's see if everyone can follow that up.
I think that's a pure, so as long as you put enough hyzer on it. Oh, man.
Ooh, good stop.
Almost put it in the basket. Can we get 4 for 4? Someone thinks so. You hear that? Yep.
Yep. Oh, and that's a 4 for 4. You don't see that too often.
Nice. Like I said, it's not the hardest hole on the course by any means. I mean, it's only 250 feet, and you've got a nice soft landing zone with the sand, but... Oh, no. Oh, and he went OB. So he doesn't have to go from the drop zone because he's already on the island.
Yeah.
But he's still looking at a 4. Oh, man. That's rough.
4, this is one of those holes where if you don't get the 2, you get the 4, typically.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's not like he's losing strokes on that much of the field there.
Oh, but it's so frustrating if you're already on the island.
Yeah, it's more of a mental thing than anything at that point.
Joe, celebrating.
Having some fun there.
Yeah, Joe is not the biggest fan of this hole by any means, so it's good to see him happy about it, about something on this hole.
And a lot of them played that pretty well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They, walked up, threw up on the island, got it up there, and basically tapped in for their birdies.
Oh, man, and that puts Nate 1 over par. That's rough.
It's all right. There's a lot of golf to be had out there.
Yeah, so this is an interesting hole. Many of you may notice that it's pretty similar to the hole that eagled last year. One of the holes eagled last year. I don't know if anyone will do that again this year. But it is a really interesting hole with the way the basket's set up. It's on a temporary location. They took the basket out of the ground and made a base for it. And put it up above
That'll play, but that was short for these guys. I don't know what happened with Sully there, but that was pretty short.
Yeah. But no, they put the basket right above Spring Creek there.
Oh, yeah,
so
right over the water. As you'll see coming up, it's treacherous up there.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's still going to be an alright up shot. But that's ideally how to play this hole, is to get left of all those trees you see way down the fairway, and you have a much more open shot. If you smash one, you can throw one a lot farther if you put it out to the right, but the angle's not as good with the upshot. You have to contend with the right to left hill slope toward the creek instead of going toward the hill, which I personally prefer to go toward the hill. It seems a little bit safer. So what Nate's doing right here, I
very
love.
Promising. As long as it's...
what? That just needed to check up a little more.
And that might not even be wet either.
No.
Because there is an OB line painted out away from the water.
That, I think, is in the water, though.
Yep. Right at Spring Creek there.
Yeah, but you can see if you don't get past those trees, it leaves you a really awkward upshot. Sullivan looks like he's made a good...
Got straight through the window.
Oh, wait, did he get into that, or is he on top of that in the mud?
You can see him just up there by the bricks, barely there, so he is
So that's a little power box down there. It's not OB, but it is really difficult to make your putt from there. I mean, it's only 25, 30 out, but the wall is so steep in front of you with
Joe
the
just gave
elevated
himself
basket.
A death putt there.
Yeah. Nate just laying up for what should end up being an easy 4, easy par. And is this Jerome for his 4?
Oh, it was for his 4, and he barely kissed the chains.
This is for 3.
Just a little short, yeah.
It's tricky to commit to that with all the danger right next to it.
This is for Joe's 3 here. This is a good birdie shot.
One would think he's close enough. Sure enough.
Great birdie. Again, taking a stroke on a lot of the field there. That's a tough hole.
There's his... I mean, circle par is not terrible.
No. I wouldn't complain about that at all in this hole. I mean, it's, in your mind, that feels like a birdie, you know?
Yeah, it's about as good as it's going to get if you're going OB.
Jerome taking up a stroke there, but that's not too bad.
Jerome's still 1 under par. Shawn Sullivan's 2 under, but Joe really is starting to run away with it at this point.
I mean, he's felt that stride early on in the round and just kept on going with it.
Mm-hmm.
We got another island hole coming up here, and this one's a little tricky.
Yeah, so the tee pad has been moved down from 8's tee pad. They're not doing the full 8 to 9 combined, and they put the tee pad down in the middle of 8's fairway.
So they don't have that triple mando they used to have.
Yeah, exactly. The triple mando would be maybe like 15, 20 feet off the tee pad now, but that's a really easy mistake to make on this hole because it's really tight the way the gap is between that tree on the left and the tree going down there to the right.
Yeah.
The trees themselves are really far apart, but the shape of the shot you want pinches the fairway a lot.
And that hyzer line looks kind of tempting, but it's just OB the whole way.
It's OB the whole way.
Most of them are going to take this Annie line or sidearm.
Yeah.
Ooh, they got kicked down pretty early.
And with the distance that this hole is, I think it's like 500 something, 500 and change, the big hyzer around to the right really isn't that safe of a shot or smart of a shot because if you don't make it onto the island down there, you're taking your shot back basically from the tee pad.
Yeah.
So,
that was a good shot.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see any of them doing that unless we had Simon or Eagle here and they had 20 strokes to play with. But
he's been getting low on those sidearms, but it's been paying off.
It stayed in bounds at least for him. That's a really tough upshot. I don't know if that's something he's trying to run or lay up.
Looks like he hit that tree up there.
Yeah. He's probably just trying to lay up anyway, which is the smart decision from that angle.
Joe with a nice sidearm and
I think Joe was
branches.
just trying to lay up also.
Yeah, just get to the island and try to get your 3.
Yeah, or your par 4. Oh, that's got some steam.
Ooh,
got saved by the wood.
Safe.
Nice.
He's looking at a 3 from there.
Mm-hmm. Jerome has an angle to really attack the green if he wants to, which he probably will.
Looks like he did.
Oh, no.
Just a little much on it.
I think he crossed right up there by that post, though. Is that... Oh, did he hit the flag and stay safe?
That's what it seems like.
Oh, man.
He seems pretty happy about it.
Joe's just going to probably skip this up on there, yeah.
Playing
if you play it right, it's really safe to just throw a skip onto the concrete or onto the asphalt, and it'll slide right up.
Yep.
Gave it a bid, but... Man, that's an unfortunate out of bounds stroke for him. Especially after watching Sully and Nate get saved by the various objects up there, but see if someone can convert on their island make. Oh man.
No.
Just a little high, a little left.
He played it safe, trying to get the... Oh.
There's a good birdie for Nate. Take advantage of it.
Yep. He played that really well.
Mm-hmm. It's a really tricky hole to 3.
We're taking that bogey.
I think Jerome's doing the same here.
Yep, that OB stroke killed him.
Yeah. So Nate will take the box from Joe.
It's almost a star bogey there, man. No one's happy about that.
Wow. Well, one person
Two-stroke
is.
swing for Nate.
Mm-hmm. Gets him under par or gets him back to par. And that takes Jerome back to par also, but Joe's still sitting at 6 down. He's got 5 strokes on everyone, and we're on
Feeling
hole
comfortable
14.
probably at this point in time.
I think so. This hole, they put a Mando in so you can't take that hyzer over the road, which with the OB is inadvisable anyway. But
yeah, that road being OB kind of tightens it up naturally.
Oh, no.
Anyway, and,
that's not...
He'll be able to attack it from there, though.
Yeah, depending on where he landed, I mean, that ditch there had a ton of snow in it. I mean, it's a 1.5, 2 foot deep ditch, and it was just all snow.
That looks
That's
beautiful.
what you want.
Flipped out. Couldn't quite see where it landed. But he didn't seem too upset by it, so and there's no OB and nothing popping up, so...
Oh. Get over the fence. Nice.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, that'll leave him maybe 120 feet. This is this hole plays as holes 11 and 12A combined. So if you can get it up into that fairway, oh wow, Jerome's got it really. Man, that's a crush. But yeah, if you can get it up there, you'll get it halfway down 12A's fairway, and it'll give you a good look at potentially an eagle if you can put enough on it. There are a few people in the field that can get it down into those trees, but...
So Nate was not in the ditch, which is nice. He had some good footing to get over there.
Oh, wow. What a... I don't know if that kicked it toward the basket too far.
Clean.
That looked good, though. I mean, it kicked toward, at least in the direction of the basket. Joe has the perfect wide open center gap. And that'll
gets through
work.
all of it, and yeah, you can see Nate.
Is that
there
Nate's
now.
disc? Wow. So he taking
Another
the same
one.
gap, absolutely parked. Can we get a
See
star
if
frame here?
Jerome can get up there too.
Ooh. Oh.
Ooh.
All right, come on, Jerome. Get us a star birdie. Oh, man.
Just a little low.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Usually, they get it a little more with it being with that hill backdrop back there. You have no worries. And
Well, he might have been going over one of those bushes,
Yeah.
so he may have had to try to throw it nose down.
Doesn't look like the wind's too much of a problem right now.
Not as much behind that hill, but it will be on this next hole. This next one's a combined one, combining 12B and 13
Big
on the normal
crusher.
course. So if you really want to go for it, you can. There's that sliver of inbounds about halfway down the fairway. It's pretty difficult to make it all the way across, but some of these big arms can do it. If there's a tailwind, it's not unreasonable, but
To
if
me,
you want
that
to
is
free
the
it,
play. If you want to 3 it and try to get that birdie, that is the play.
if you want to birdie it, yeah, you definitely, because if you lay up short, you're still 600 feet away.
That is
Oh,
beautiful.
that's snuck inbounds. Nice.
That's the play right there. So you can get all the way down there and utilize this elevation as much as you can.
Exactly.
Looks like Joe's
Potentially
just
Joe's
laying
laying
on
up.
that one. Yeah,
Oh, I don't know where that's going.
it
That
looks like
needs to
somebody's
fade.
laying it up too.
Okay, good.
Let's see what Jerome does.
Looks like he's laying it up.
Yep. So 3 of them laid it up to that first,
Mhm.
the back end of the first little fairway there.
And maybe none of them noticed that Nate was in bounds.
That could be
It
true.
was
Could've
pretty
scared
far
him
away.
from that.
But Joe's playing the conservative triple hyzer route on this
He's
hole.
just playing for his par on this one. It's a long hole.
Mm-hmm. And the OB on the left side of the fairway creeps in a lot closer than it does on the second half of the fairway than it does on the first half.
There's also a pond OB down by the other basket placement.
Yeah, exactly. So if you saw it off just a little too much, you can
Right
find yourself in
that
some
little
strange
rough area
trouble.
to the left of where you see Nate standing.
And there's OB not too terribly far behind or to the right of where
And
the
that needs
basket
to
is for
get
the
left.
tournament.
Oh, and that is just beautiful.
Wow, great shot.
Looking at circle inside the circle putt for his birdie there.
Yeah. That's the only way to play it to get the birdie. That looks like an alright layup for a 4. Sure enough.
Yeah. Another good looking shot there. Spiked in a little hard, but that looks good.
Pretty much according to plan.
Let's see what Joe does here.
Pretty much parks it.
All of them just laying it up there. Let's see if he can get this birdie.
Oh,
no.
Man.
These baskets have just been merciless.
That one was a bit left for sure though. I don't know if any basket would have saved that one, but hopefully he'll be able to tap in his par. Par's still good on this hole. I know it's
still
frustrating
fantastic.
whenever you have the opportunity to do something and don't, but as long as you can get away with it with minimal consequences.
If he had gone for that layup at the beginning, that would have been his par.
Yeah.
So he had that extra stroke to kind of risk, and he didn't quite capitalize. But star par on that is a really, really good thing.
Yeah, and like you were saying, he risked it pretty hard and didn't pay for it, so that's something to look at least positively for this hole.
Hole 16, what's usually played as hole 1 on this course, is pretty straightforward. Get out there behind the trees.
Yep, same rules as it's always played. OB in the tennis courts, OB in the parking lot. Just a big old flex shot to get around.
Looks like
not
Nate
around
started
those
off
trees.
right a little bit and got knocked down, but he might have a shot out from there.
Yeah, there's usually something out of those trees. That needs to turn just a little bit and get around those.
It's looking good, but that snow...
It's just short.
That snow just...
Oh, no, it's not that short.
He's got a shot, for sure.
Yeah, he's got to look at it, too.
What, around 35, 40?
Yeah, I mean, if you get even with that spruce in the middle of the fairway, you have about 40 feet, give or take.
Sully joining Nate over there in the trees. Jerome's flipping it up. That
it's got some
hyzer
turn.
flip of his just keeps on pushing, man.
So he's probably got about 35, 40 feet, but he's closer to pin high.
Looking at a more comfortable putt, too, I think.
Sully definitely had a look from out of there.
Decent up. Yeah, they both had a good look out from the trees.
Both of those are pretty clean. And both those up shots are pretty clean, too.
Looking at a couple pars there, probably more likely.
So Joe's got CTP on Jerome. Give Romy the shot first. Oh.
Ooh.
There was definitely a tailwind coming up that hill a little bit, and
gave it a little much, trying to
definitely
compensate.
caught it, I bet. I think Joe maybe just tried to make sure what happened to Jerome's didn't happen to his.
Left it a little short.
Yeah. Back down the hill into the headwind. Easy enough.
Have another star.
Star par. We haven't had a star birdie yet, have we?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Maybe on this next hole.
Couple holes left.
Mm-hmm.
I believe 17 is, old hole or current hole 2 on the course.
Yes.
Again, pretty straightforward. There's more OB painted out on the fairway than usual.
Yeah, so they've got that OB line.
Hole that's on the left-hand side here. There's a basket on the left.
Yeah, separating, I think, tournament holes 8 and 9 from 17's fairway. So that's what that OB line is. And as you can see, it cuts in toward the basket, right at the basket.
You kind of want to aim just under the left branches of that big pine tree on the right there.
Yeah, that looks pretty solid as long as it starts to fade out. Oh,
you got on the back side of the tree
anyway.
So that's a good open shot for a 2.
Mm-hmm. Joe, see if that's a 4-time rock. No? Oh, man. Yeah, for those who don't know, Joe has some very expensive rocks in his bag that he likes to break out from time to time. It's always fun to see it can climb a 4-time rock get thrown out on a course. It's like a $150 disc when it's new. That should be just perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, like you said, just inside that left tree, barely missed the pine.
And the sidearm line that we see Jerome lining up for here, like that's really the optimal line. I personally don't have the sidearm far enough to do that.
As long as you don't let it go too far left, you'll be all right.
Oh, actually, that was a nice shot.
That thing is extremely overstable. I don't know what that is. They'll have to ask him later, but whatever it is, it's really, really beefy. Joe with basically nothing from there.
Pitches out and around. There's not much you can do in that situation.
He tried to make it, but it didn't look like there was much of a line there anyway. Ooh!
Good birdie from Nate.
Sneak one in. The picture might not take scorecards, but we sure did. Yeah, it's still a birdie anyway. Sully for a good birdie. Jerome with that crazy Spikeiser CTP.
Another birdie.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe will come clean up his par. He does have enough strokes. He doesn't really have to worry about them catching up. They got one hole left. He can breathe easy.
Yeah, go into the next round. The only problem is he doesn't know where anyone else is. It's the first round.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. It is the first round. This is our feature card, but there can still be some other hot scores being put down out there.
I heard there was some really
There
good
may
scores.
have been, yeah. There may have been one score that beat Joe at the end of the day. We'll reveal that here and the next video.
Final hole of the first round here. And this triple bando on the map looks very, imposing. But it's really not that bad when you play it.
Yeah, I mean, if you play it conservatively, it's not that bad, but if you make one bad move off the tee, you can find yourself in a really difficult position. Nate's not in the most difficult position. He did basically exactly what you want to do. Throw it as far as you can, as straight as you can down the fairway, and potentially give yourself a sidearm upshot or even a backhand Anheuser upshot around that last Mando.
Sully started off a little short there. Basically, he's playing from the drop zone you would take if you missed the Mando, which gives him a nice open shot for his next throw.
Yeah, and he's still inside the Mando, so he'll be just fine. That needs to turn over. Oh, no.
Ooh. But it doesn't seem as Mando.
I don't know if he missed the Mando or not, but he definitely hit it.
Yeah, he might have kicked back behind it. We'll see what happens after the scores flash up.
I mean, the right Mando is a little bit shorter on the fairway than the left Mando, so if he didn't go all the way past it, he'll probably have some sort of shot. I've seen Jerome bust out some weird rollers here or there.
Oh, and Joe just had the perfect drive on that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, he's not in the drop zone.
No, yeah.
They gave it to him.
I mean, saved him a stroke.
Yep. He was up a little bit farther and open for his next shot.
Sully's probably... Is he going to go roller or just a huge Sky Anheuser?
Looks like he's trying for the roller there.
Either one could work.
Big Sky Annie. A little short, though.
Past the Mando. He's got a really long look at a 3, but he's got to look at it. Is Nate going to try to go up the right side there a little bit? I mean, there's not a lot of snow out in that field, so you can kind of slide it up.
Yeah, you can really kind of get a skip off the grass over there. Nope, he's going for the flip that he did not get. He's looking at a good shot for a 3.
Same thing with Sully, though. Kind of a... Well, it's not as long of a post Sully's, I don't think.
They're pretty close. And
Ooh,
Joe...
First thumber of the round.
On the last hole.
Yeah, why not? Sit. Sit. There we go.
Still sat down pretty close. That's kind of the risk of the thumbers and all the overhand throws is that roll off.
Yeah, Joe usually does a great job at controlling it. So does Jerome. So I'm a little surprised that stood up and rolled as much as it did. But
Jerome just found 3 trees on this hole.
Yeah. Ooh.
Looks like it tickled it a little bit there. I didn't hear anything.
Almost did. Still a good bid. Jerome, is that to save a 4?
Oh.
To save a par?
I think so.
There's Nate. I think this is for his birdie.
That was low out of the hand.
That'll end up being a fine layup. But Joe, for his birdie. Oh, wow.
No.
It's a little bit out of character for him to miss that low. But he'll still put together a fine round.
It did look like he rushed it a little bit.
There we go.
He's not happy about a par on that one.
No, he's not going to be too happy with a par, but he will be joining us again.
No!
What is with this basket?
Every one of them had such a close shot.
Just a force field around it. I don't know what's happening.
2 bogeys and 2 pars after some really good shots there.
Yeah, that's
not
a
the
rough
best way to end the round, but you know, it was still a good round for a few of those guys on that day. Look at, Joe is
with a 56.
Yeah, that's a great round.
Yeah.
And Kyle.
Yeah, shout out to Kyle Griffin, newly sponsored player. Well, not newly sponsored, but newly sponsored by Discmania. Ended up shooting the hot round of a 55 on the day, and tomorrow Justin Canoyer and Luis Yanez, another local guy, will be joining him on top card.
That sounds like a fun one.
Stick around for that, and we'll see you in part 2.